What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Forza Motorsports. Today we're jumping into the track day featured series races, I should say. And we're starting out here at the Eaglerock Speedway. I don't know how long this video will be. I'm trying to cut it down as much as possible, maybe just do the highlights. As you can see here, this is AI, by the way. I know it would be hard to tell, but a lot of ramming here off the bat. I think we started in 10th place, and we're already up to 3rd, so we're looking good there. These races are relatively easy. You get to pick where you start on the podium, so you can kind of like make it where you start a little higher. So I think I started in 10th in this race, 10th or 12th, I can't remember, just to get a feel for the car. We are using the 2024, I believe it is, BRZ. It is the featured car on this featured series, so I went ahead and used it. I'll probably do that for all of them. But this is a fun little way to keep them, or that the developers can like kind of keep us getting new content each week. There is a new one that starts today. If I repost this video on Wednesday, it starts later this evening, I believe, so I'm excited to jump into that. But overall, just having a good time here in Forza Motorsports, just enjoying the racing. I don't know necessarily how I'm going to do these videos going forward. I currently am just recording the videos as I race and then doing voiceover like I'm doing now. But this video edited down into just kind of the highlights is 16 minutes long, and that's a lot of talking, doing voiceover work. So I may not do that for all the races. There may be some races where I'm just kind of quiet, or I may just not include all the races. I'm not 100% sure yet, but here we coming up on the last turn here on the last lap of the first race. There are 5 races in this featured series, and it is a championship style, so you get points after every race, and then whoever has the most points at the end of the championship is the winner. So here's what I was talking about, where you can pick your position. Based on where you practice and what your lap time is there, it'll kind of project where you'll finish depending on where you start. So I think here I go with 15th or 16th, one of the two, just to get me in that 1 to 3rd range. But this is starting out our race here at Suzuka. It's a pretty fun course as well. I mean, these were all really fun. You can see we started 16th, and we get to the, not to the front, but we get quite a few positions pretty quick around the first lap here. Maybe even into the first turn. You see that one Drivatar going on the inside. We take a really wide turn on the outside. But yeah, I don't know how I'm gonna do these races going forward. I do want to record them and post them. A lot of rubbing and racing here, but it is much easier for me to concentrate on the race and not talk during the race, but it's a whole lot of extra work to do voiceover after the fact, because if you think about it, I could talk during the race and save myself, ample amount of time recording it afterwards, or doing voiceover afterwards, as we just cut up the inside there. So, but I don't know yet. We'll see. Let me know what you guys think down below. I know if any of you have been around for my Forza Horizon 5 videos, I record the audio with those as I record the videos, other than the shorts, but I don't know. These races take so much time and so much energy, honestly. I mean, the entire series itself probably took close to maybe an hour, hour and a half, with all the practices that I have cut out of the video as well, just because those are 5 to 10 minutes potentially of just driving around in a circle trying to get the best lap time that we can. And I don't think they're pertinent to this. The online races, qualifying is obviously important, because you qualify and that gets you where you start on the grid, so that's kind of an important part of online races. But as far as practicing goes in these campaign races or campaign series or featured series and stuff like that. I don't necessarily think they're much worth it, but that's just my thought. I may end up needing to like break these out into smaller videos of maybe doing a part 1 and a part 2 for the featured playlist or something along those lines, because again, 17 minutes or 16 minutes or whatever is a long time to talk after the fact, and time is a little short with all the stuff going on in life nowadays. But let me know what you think down below. Would you rather me just talk through it and then maybe I can just try to edit it down, or even just post 1 or 2 races per video? You know, obviously that would get more videos out, but I don't know how that would work in the long term. But we're jumping into our final lap here in Suzuka. We are fighting to get up into first place behind this RX-8. We are going to make an inside move here into the last turn, just kind of put our nose in there, and luckily he backed off, and now it's just kind of a who's faster on the gas to the finish line. So we did get another first place finish here in the series, with the first place at Suzuka with just a little bit over a minute lap time. So our next race is going to be a pretty fun little course. This is the Lime Rock Park, and this is a rolling start, and those are always fun. We had 2 of those this series, being the first one and this one here. So if I remember correctly, I do get quite a bit of positions. We started out in 14th in this race, and I believe I just go wide here to cut inside a little bit better. Don't get much of anything there, actually. See one of the Drivatars running wide. It looks like that was one of the it may have been that RX-8 that we were fighting with last race. Get bullied by I think it's an S2000. Yeah. Continues to bully me, but that's okay. Try to sneak around this RX-8, dip our tires into the grass a little bit, but we make it around up into the uphill section. That's probably one of my favorite parts of this track, is that little section there. You can actually carry a decent amount of speed through there, I guess with the right car. So worked out really well on our BRZ. I'm gonna scrape the Eclipse as we go by, and then give the little MX-5 a little nudge just to let them know we're there. And in the first lap of this race, we went from 14th up to 6th. You know, not necessarily the greatest, cleanest driving, but you know, we're working on that. We're trying to get a little cleaner, and I say that as I rear end the older generation of BRZ and continue to scrape with him. But I am trying to get better at clean driving. I did definitely do better in the last 2 races of this series, doing a lot better as far as driving cleanly. But, you know, it takes time. This isn't the easiest game to drive cleanly, especially when the Drivatars and AI just kind of don't know what to do sometimes. So, but we're jumping into the 3rd lap here. Again, I tried to cut this up to where it wasn't so long, and just do mainly the passes. I probably will do more of just the important passes to get us, like, you know, like that one got us onto the podium. So obviously it's important. We're about to pass up 2nd place here, so that's, you know, pretty important. But that other section where I was just talking through, probably not necessarily that important, but now we're fighting for first in a similar car. So that's another BRZ that we've got ahead of us. And we're on lap number 4 currently. And we're just gonna get bullied here by him. He tried to cut in when we were there, but that is us taking over first place, and not much changes for the rest of the race. We just kind of do our own thing, and you know, just try to post our fastest lap time, which we did get here on this last lap. So that's another first place finish for us. We're looking good in the standings. Here, if it shows it, I may skip through it. So yeah, we're at 84 points. We are 20 ahead of the next place. Our 3rd race takes us to Catalunya, and this is a pretty fun circuit. I played this all day in F1. You know, that's one of the best circuits in those games. But you know, it's a little different in a sports car than it is in an F1 car. So coming up here into turn number 1, we did jump quite a few positions just off the bat. You got to be hard on the brakes. This is actually my second attempt at that because one of the drivatars ran into the back of me because I used the brakes a little too early. I'll say use the brakes because that sounds better than me trying to determine if it's braked or broke. Let me know down in the comments which one it is. But we're up into 11th already. One of the drivatars goes wide there. We cut inside. Get some clean lines through that little section, and it moves us up into 6th, going around this turn here. And what I really want to do in these, like, with doing the voiceover, it gives me an opportunity to, like, really get some details on these tracks, and that's what I want to do in the future. Unfortunately, like, right now, I didn't have time to do that. But I want to be able to pull up a map, you know, give you what turn it is and all that other kind of stuff. During these races, but again, didn't really have that much time to prep for this video. Just trying to get it recorded, get it out, just because, you know, Forza is a new game, and it's a very good game in my opinion. A lot of people don't like it, and I can see, you know, reasons why. If you haven't seen my last motorsport video, I did the qualifier series, and that's what you have to do to, like, be able to enter into other online matchmaking series in the future. So you've got to complete 3 races in this qualifier series. That gets you a driver rating and a safety rating. I was doing great in that. I did come out okay at it, but my 3rd and final race, one of the other players that I was driving against decided that he didn't want to be too nice and kind of ruined my race, which is unfortunate, but again, that is what it is. It's an online game, but I can see why people would not like that, especially with it being on Game Pass. It gives a lot more accessibility to people that wouldn't necessarily buy it for the sim racing aspect, but it gives more people a chance to try it, and I'm not against that. Hopefully the safety rating and all that stuff will kind of negate some of that stuff online, but we'll see what happens. But here we did get up in the 1st on lap number 3. We snuck by that other BRZ just on the inside. Didn't end up hitting him at all. Like I said, this was a much cleaner race from my perspective. I don't think I hit anything in this race. So definitely looking good. This is us just completing out that last lap for another 1st place finish. I am on 4 out of 8 difficulty for the drivatars. I do find that that's quite fine for me. I mean, a few of these I was struggling to keep up with the drivatars until the last lap and stuff like that. So our last race takes us to good old Silverstone here in the UK. We started out 16th, I believe. We get a few positions right off the gun, up into 13th. I do like Silverstone a lot. It is again, it's another fun track. It's a very renowned track. Again, in F1, I've played it plenty, and again, it's different here in these slower sports cars, but still very fun nonetheless. So now we're just trying to gain as many positions as we can through lap number 1. So we got up in the 12th, and we'll make some moves around some of these other drivatars heading into this turn down here. Didn't really gain too much positions. I did get the inside line there, which did get me up into 8th. Did get me in the 7th, but kind of lost those positions back and forth as they have the inside line. But ultimately, we came out on the outside looking better, so definitely got a better exit out of that entire section than most of these other drivers as we go up into 5th, as we cross the line for that 1st lap. So not too bad. We gained 10 or 11 positions in that 1 lap alone. You can see the one drivatar way out in front as he kind of takes off from the group. I've had a few instances of that where they seem like they're just absolutely uncatchable, and I'm not 100% sure why that is, but again, I think 4 is a good difficulty for me as of right now. I'm hoping to bump that up a little bit as we can get faster and more used to the game, but right now 4 is just fine as we fly by a little MX-5. And now we are chasing down first place, jumping here to lap number 3, seeing if we can't get him around some of these turns. We end up getting him through this turn onto the straightaway. We get a much better exit than he does, even though he's on the driving or the racing line. But yeah, we're gonna pull up into first, and then we just kind of finish the rest of that race off. Just doing what we do best, just riding around in first place. So that is the last race of that series, and that knocks it out. So the track day featured series is complete. I was a little confused on this screen here. I thought you got a car after completing each of the series, but you have to complete all 4 of them to get that featured car. So we'll knock those out as they come, but I hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you in the next one.